I'm a little early because I want to make sure that everything is working, everything is okay. We're going to start in a minute, okay? I just want to see if I'm showing as live there, and then we start. If you're there, please say hello and let me know if everything looks fine and if you can hear okay. It looks like I'm live. Oh, it's a little like slow. I hope it's okay, right? Yes, I'm trying to start a little earlier lately, so then you guys don't have to wait for me to fix up everything. Is the image okay? Let's see. No, we're doing some adjustments. Just if you're watching the replay, you can fast forward and then you see the class. Okay. Hold on, because YouTube is saying something here. It's good, Marilu. Hi. Great. No, because YouTube just sent a message here. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Oh, there's buffering. So if you're saying it's okay, then I'll just keep going. If there's an issue, I'll restart. But it seems like it's fine. Hi, Dorian. Thank you. Can you see okay? Can you guys all, because it's like on my screen, it's like a little slow. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna start. Hello, thank you for coming to class. And so today, I last night I was thinking, what am I gonna do? And then I asked you guys, and then I think it was Teresa who messaged me and said you should do an upcycled project. Usually, my upcycled projects take me longer to like figure out what it is, what I'm gonna do, and stuff. So when I do clothing upcycle, right? But the easiest one for me is the tablecloth, and I have a bunch of tablecloth that my friend Susan gave it to me. So I thought, what if and I've been meaning to print this prints that I was working with. And so last night I printed this big tablecloth, and that's what we're going to work with today. One thing I've done, yeah, the screen is low, right, Dorian? Um, you know what? Let me put the close up, and I think the close up is fine. Look, it is low too. If it gets bad, I'll restart, okay? The thing is, if I start the live again, it changes the thing, and then it doesn't. And then whoever joins now is gonna go to the wrong link. It changed the link. That's the thing. If it's difficult, I'll just record and post later. Yeah, I see that's not very good. Anyway, let me show you what I'm gonna do. First, like the materials are just, oh no, what I was saying is I printed the tablecloth and then I thought I'm gonna make a shirt because this shirt I wanna test is from that Taylor Nova pattern company that I used to make the wide leg pants. And the pattern is here, I'll show you. But then you can also get your pattern for yourself. I put the link down here. And then I'm confused because I see that's slow. Anyway, so what I did is I said, okay, I'm gonna make shirts, the shirts that I want to test the pattern from the tablecloth, and that's it. So I already cut it, so then we earn time, right? Because then it takes too long to cut and sew and everything. It's a very simple shirt, and I'm gonna show you the construction from begin to end. You know, with it has a collar facing and everything, so I think that would be a good thing for you guys to see. One thing about this company is the sleeves, they have like issues with their sleeves, and they said they fixed it, and that's why I want to test again. And so this one is the new sleeve, but it seems like it's not perfect yet, so we're gonna see, and I'll show you what's the issue that I find. Okay, Material wise, it's just scissors, the snip and safety pins and the seam ripper and the sewing machine, because basically it's just what we need, basically, the base things to sew, the essentials. The iron, as always, and then the pattern. Here's the pattern. It's a shirt that, so the pattern I cut in half. They printed like half of the pattern, right? So you can just place on fold, and that's what I done. I fold the shirt, the fabric, and then cut it. So that's the back, that's the front. It's a very simple shirt. The sleeve, and then the two facings, the front neck facing, and then there's the back neck facing here. Okay, so that's it, and then I cut it, and those are my pieces. And one thing I meant to do before class also was to do the zigzag or serger or something, but I wasn't able to do because my camera, as you see, is having issues. And I was trying to fix it with my husband, and apparently whatever he done, it's not working. So I'm a little worried. Let me put the pattern down here. Maybe I'll just put the phone there. Is it still slow, guys? Please let me know. Because it's like slow motion, right? I wonder if I delete this. Let me try something. Maybe if I delete. I'm gonna disappear. You're just gonna see my hands, okay, for now. Let's see. No, not the intro. Let's see if that makes better. It's slow, right, Veronica? Thank you for watching. Sorry that it's like that. Okay, I'm gonna keep going then. Thank you, Marilu. Let's see. Okay. So first thing I do is to attach the, no, first actually, we're gonna work with the facings, right? So the facing is the front, that's like a round thing like this, and then the back that's not so deep. That's how you recognize. Or some patterns have notches. This didn't have a notch, and I thought I should do it, but I forgot. You can always put notches to match with the shirt so you don't get confused, because in this case it's very different, but usually I mean, not usually, but it might not be so different. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is do the finishing for the outer part of the facings, right? So I'm just gonna fold a little bit like that, and then do a zigzag, because then when I sew on the shirt, is already finished. So let me just find my zigzag here. And then, this fabric is hard to figure out. That's the wrong side. Yeah, you're folding towards the wrong side. And it's very, like, not even 3/4 of an inch, just a little bit, really. Um, Okay, so here's the front facing. Look how I fold just a little. And now I'm gonna fold the back and do the finishing. You can also just do a zigzag without folding if you're a beginner, because then it just holds it will stop from unraveling. I usually don't like work with facing, as if you've seen my other lives. I usually do bias tape because I like the finishing of bias tape better, but I thought I'll do the pattern as is, so then you I'm in slow motion class. Sorry about that, guys. um, yeah, apparently YouTube is fine now. Oh, you know what, guys? I found out the issue. Hold on, bear with me. They, uh, okay, here we go. I think that will help, hopefully. Let's see. So then I'm gonna attach I move on to the straight stitch, and I'm gonna attach the facing to the piece, right? So this is the back part, this is the front part, and then I just do right sides together. So I'm gonna, and then I can pin first. So here's the front facing, which is a little short for some reason. Oh no, this is the back. Oh, I'm crazy because of the video. Look, here's the front facing. And see how the piece had a notch, and I thought the facing would have, but they didn't. So that's what you can do. You just do a notch on both, and then you won't forget when you're sewing together. So I just pin it together. You can also match the center. Okay, now the back. I try to cut the pattern very precisely, but I think you see how it's not perfect. It's a Taylor Nova thing. They're still in beta. They're trying. They're, sooner they should be better. Okay, so they're both together. Now I'm gonna sew them. Put the machine more here so you guys can see. Straight stitch, and then sew. I think it's like 1 centimeter. So seam allowance they have. Hi, Monde. Thank you. Yeah, you can see, and then later if you want to watch, the videos will be up, so you can, if you want to like make your own, you can pause the video and see each step and everything. Okay, so the facing is attached to the front. Now I'm gonna do the back. All right, so it's attached. Now what I'm gonna do is snip it a little. I like to trim as well, so I trim the extra fabric here so it's not bulky, okay? There it is. And then also like snipping when it's curvy like that. It's always good to do a little, so it helps to be smooth. Okay, now the front. I'm also gonna trim the extra fabric here because we don't need all that. So this week before the next live, I'm gonna test this again. I'm gonna test on Facebook as well because I've been having people asking me about the Facebook lives I used to do, and then we'll see if it gets better. Okay, so now I like to press, right? To flip, because there's the facing right inside, so I want to flip it inside. Let me iron from the inside because my print is fresh. Pressing. And then I'll flip inside and then press. So when I do like that, it's just to open the seam, and now I'm gonna put it on place and then press it in order to look nice outside on the front. All right, then it should be a nice front neck here. All right, so then, and the reason I don't like usually facings is because it's like this, and then you have to stitch inside. You know, I rather just do the bias tape. So now let me do the back, just trimming my threads. Look, I just kind of like open the seam first. And then flip it inside and iron it. Okay, now what do? We add the back to the front. So, and the reason why I had the facing here is because I'm gonna sew the facing together as well. So then put right sides together, and I'm gonna sew the shoulder, and we'll start from the tip of the shoulder to the end, to the neck here. And the same thing on the other side, because then the facing is all sewn together as well. And this one I trimmed it. I hope I didn't cut anything that I shouldn't have. Is everything good now, guys? I know it's still slow. I'll fix it for next time, okay? Sorry. Okay, that should be good. Yes. And then the other side. And I'm actually starting from the facings. This way I make sure it's correct inside. All right, then I'll press the seam open. And that's where I should have had the zigzag or serger, right? But I didn't. And then see how the facing is a little funny, but it'll be okay when you press. The magic of the iron. Look. And then that's it. Okay, then one tip I have is go later by hand and stitch here to hold the facing inside. Otherwise it keeps what do you say, flipping outside, as you know, when you wear it, when you're putting it on and out, and it's kind of annoying. Open the seam. You can trim the seam as well, and then just correct the curve here. There. All right, it worked. When you put it on, it work. Okay, so now let's talk about the sleeve. The sleeves are here. They have notches, 2 notches for the front. Oh, for the back, 1 notch for the front. So I know this is the front of the sleeve, this is the back of the sleeve. And what I want to talk to you about is the ease. Well, the thing I was mentioning the beginning of the class is that how the Taylor Nova thing, usually the what do you call this, the head, the sleeve head, right? It's too narrow. So when you put it on, it kind of like you can move much. And I've complained to them and they said they fixed it, but I can see that it's still not much fixed. So, but we'll see. That's why I'm testing. That's the Taylor Nova thing. That's one thing. The second thing I want to talk about is the ease, right? Because all sleeves have an ease if it's a good sleeve. And what does that mean? Ease is usually an extra amount. And if you measure this length here, it will be longer, it should be longer than the length of the arm's eye, right? So when you do like this, see, it's a little longer. And that's why we gathered a little along the sleeve. So then it fits, you gather it and then it makes it smaller and then it'll fit the arm's eye. And then one thing I want to show you is how you test that. Where's my pattern? That was here. I'm crazy today. Anyway, you do the walk the sleeve thing. Oh no, it's here. So how you do the walking the sleeve is like this. I'll show you, because then before you cut it, you figure out if the sleeve is correct, and also how much ease you have. So how much gathering you need to do. Okay, and this is how you do. For instance, this is the front, and this is the front of the sleeve. See how the notch, right? And then I grab a pin, and I'll start measuring. So this here, and then I put a pin. Let me do like this so you can see. And then where you should, the pin is like a pivot, right? So you can pivot here, and then you go like this. And that's how they call walking the sleeve. Okay, here. Until you reach the tip of the shoulder, and see if it's, what's the distance, what's the difference of length, right? Let me move over here so you see it. There, see how I'm almost approaching the finish line there? Look, the tip of the shoulder. And so that means, oops, that means my sleeve has this extra, and I can mark it. Okay, so in the front, I know I have this amount of ease, and then I'll try the back. Okay, the back, I'm gonna go like this. I guess like this, right? Look, go like that, turn it. And a good sleeve has to have at least 1 inch ease. And that's to help with the movement of the sleeve on the body. There. Okay, so here's my mark. And I have, I guess, 1.5 inches or something. Let's see. Opa. Yeah, almost 1.25 inches. Okay, that's great. So I know that. And then when I sew, what I'm going to do now, then you see the difference, what you have to, how much you have to gather, which should be just a little bit. If it's a sleeve that has a lot of ease, then you have to gather a lot. So then, oh, and then the gathering is always between the notches. Okay, so you're gonna gather from one notch to the other, and mostly up here. So I'm just gonna start I'll put my machine in the loose length, the number 5 is like the very loose stitch, wide length, right? And then stitch here, and then pull it together a little. And I'm not gonna measure it right now, but you can measure it to make sure that you gathered enough to do the 1.25 inches less than the body of the shirt. I sew on the very edge of the sleeve. Now the other side. Okay, so then I'll gather it. And it's just a little. You don't want to have a puffy sleeve. And what I do is I gather and then I uh, just spread out nicely. And then when I'm sewing to the shirt, and that's when like I will loosen up a little more or pull it more if it's necessary. The other thing is I don't do. I know a lot of people do sew the sleeve in after you close the side of the shirt, right? I guess that's the correct way to do, but I'm just used to do like this way. I like to sew before I sew the sides. For some reason, that's how I've always done. If it's like a blazer or something more precise, then I do like that. When it has the two parts sleeves, you know, has like the bottom part and the top. But when it's just this, I um, like to attach the sleeve first. So that should be good for me now. And then I'm gonna see what side is what. So that's the right side, and it should go here, the front. And then I kind of like measure a little just to make sure it's kind of close to the idea. I have the notch of the center, the tip of the shoulder here, the top, right? Yeah, so that should work. And I'll just attach them together. Right sides together, matching notches. Make sure to put the length back to normal, the 3, the regular length. Yeah, I'm matching the center of the sleeve up here to this. Matching notches, the back. Okay. So far, so good. Look. Right? Now I'm gonna do the other side. And then before I stitch the whole thing, I'm measuring here, making sure the center notch, let's see. I think it's good. Matching the back notches again. Release. Okay, that's it. Then I'm going to sew the sides, right? Just go all the way. And I start from the sleeve usually, from the hem here, like the cuff, and go all the way to the bottom. The other side, the same thing. I'm just gonna trim my threads, extra threads here. And then go, same thing from the cuff. Is it cuff? Because it's in the arm, right? Okay, you guys can see my little videos too, right? That's good. All right, the shirt is almost done. And because I never do the total finishing, and today we still have time, I'm gonna finish. So next, okay, first I'm gonna press, and then we're gonna hem it. Just press the seams. You might think I'm an iron maniac, but it's important to press, always. I see a lot of people complaining on Facebook, in the Facebook sewing groups and stuff, that their clothes look like homemade. And pressing is something that will help not look as much homemade. It looks more professional. I like homemade looking clothes, but some people don't, so I understand. And my tip is to use your iron. And here I'm not even gonna open this. This, and just reminding, you gotta do the finishing. I'm not doing the finishing now, but do the zigzag or serger around the. That's what I meant to do before class, but I didn't have time. I'm afraid of the paint because it's fresh. On the shoulder here. Okay, that should be okay. Okay, so for the sleeve hem, I'm just gonna fold twice and then sew like about 3/4 of an inch or something like that. For the sleeve hem, okay? Yeah, more, maybe like half an inch actually. And I guess the pattern has a, yeah, the pattern looks like 3/4. Okay, one is done. Then the next. And I really just fold like this, and then fold again, and sew a top stitch, if you're wondering. You can press it first, press the seam, you mark with the iron before you sew, it'll help you. I'm gonna do this on the hem of the shirt, then you see. And guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna press. I'm not going too crazy with the pressing because of the paint, but that's that. Then the other side. And so the hem on the pattern, it had a mark, a little notch here. And I think that's the hem, right? So I'm gonna fold it on that mark. I'm gonna grab my sewing gauge and see how much that is. That's a little over an inch. Trying to keep it straight. That just makes it easier for me when I'm sewing the second fold. I use the gauge just to give me a little idea at least of the measurement. Look. Okay, so now I'm ready to fold the second time, right? Because this is the original hem. And then I'll fold like a little bit here and then do the top stitch. If you're a beginner, you can iron the second fold as well. It will help you. Are you guys good? Dorian, Mighty Lou, are you still there? Did it get better at all, the video? Ah. And I'm approaching the end here. And it seemed like it worked well. Sometimes the fabric stretches a little and gets weird at the end, but this one is looking okay. I just made my foot a little blue because of the paint. Mondes, it's good? Great. Thank you. Okay, that's it. We finished. See, this shirt is a quick shirt to make. And so somebody asked me to do a dress today. And I considered doing it even from this pattern. Maybe next time we'll make a fabric from using the same pattern. Because you just have to lengthen a little, do a couple things, and then it's a dress. If you want to grab the pattern, hi Tracy, yay! If you want to grab I think they give you two patterns. The link is down below, Taylor Nova, and you can go and grab a shirt pattern. This one I chose, yeah, I forgot to tell you what it is. It's I chose the one that has no darts with a deep round neck. And what else? Oh, and it was because I don't know if you guys saw my video, the previous video on my channel, I show how to use the websites there. And then there's a part where you choose if you want to fit it, semi-fitted, or very fitted. I chose the semi-fitted. So this is like no darts, semi-fitted. And then I guess they want to add back seam, but I didn't put any seam. I just want to make sure that it goes through my head, that's all. So then that's why I get the deep round neck. If you get the round neck, it won't go through the head. And then you gotta add a zipper or something on the back. And honestly, I would do bias tape for the neck instead of this thing because I don't like. And the correct thing to do for a facing like this is to put fusible, right? Interfacing, but I don't like because then it's stiff. I don't like it. So I just do the bias tape. If you see my other videos, you see how I usually do finishings with bias, and it's nicer. I guess this one is a little fancier, but that's that. Okay, I'll put it on. I'll try the shirt on and post on Instagram a picture of the shirt on me. But it looks cute. I like it so far. Okay. Hi, Lord. You're in South California. Oh, how is the fire there? I wish I was in California. I'm in Vermont. It's beautiful, but it's gonna get super cold. Veronica, how do you print the pattern in the real size? Do they give you instructions? Yes, you just watch my video. It's a short video I did. One previous of this, I say how to use Taylor Nova, and I show you how to print the pattern. You choose if you want. I don't know if you're in the US, but if you can choose the leather size or A4 if you're in Europe, and then you print in pieces and you put the piece together, and then you make the pattern, and you can get 2 free patterns. And the other, or if you have a large format, or if you want to take to somebody some place to print in a large format printer, you can take I think it's DXV or something. That is another kind of file. But if you want to just print at home, is the PDF. It's very awesome. Their pants are better than the shirts. I'm gonna try this, see how it looks, because the last time I did, I couldn't move. So yeah. All right. Or you can purchase. You can, so Tracy, you can get it for free if you never got any. The link is down below. You go to the website, sign up, and then you can get 2 free patterns. You can download 2. After that, they charge 14 per pattern, or you can pay 29 a month and get unlimited. It's awesome. Sometimes you gotta do a little fix on the pattern, but it works. Okay, guys, I'm so sorry about the problems with the cameras and stuff, but it's technology. We don't have any control. I'll try to make it work better for next time. Okay, thank you very much. And if you have more questions, if you're watching the replay, just leave a question below. I will respond, or send me a message on Instagram. I also left the link here. Okay, bye. Have a good weekend. Thank you for joining on a Sunday. Bye.